Today we're talking about pay-to-win pups inside of Warzone. I'm going to show you how this mechanic works, how effective it is, and we'll see if this is actually a pay-to-win item. Now, unfortunately, I had to reinstall the game, and then your hard-earned $30 will get you the premium Black Cell Operator Arthur and your pup Merlin. To equip this, make sure you have High Alert on and have the finishing move as the Bark and Bite. You get into Warzone, once you get your perks, boom, you're good to go. In multiplayer, it's already ready for you as soon as you enter the match. And you basically carry the dog on your back, and the dog cannot be killed, by the way. And the only time he's really going to come off your back is if you actually do that finishing move, in which he'll attack the enemy that you snuck up behind. But essentially, think about this as an audible cue to High Alert, where High Alert will give you a flash on the left-hand side, right-hand side, and somebody that's behind you. This also will work seemingly with people that are in front of you. So imagine somebody in Warzone, they're camping a building, you can't see their sniper glint or whatever. You're going to hear that growl from your dog no matter what direction. So you know, hey, somebody's looking at me, no matter if they're far away or up close. I need to reposition and try to get a shot on them.
Friendly UAV on 10 seconds.
Now, the mechanic works both ways. It can be heard by other players, but again, if you're in a long-range engagement with another player, they're not going to hear this dog growling. It's not that loud. On the other hand, if you're camping a building and let's just say it's the last circle inside of Warzone, the other player's looking for you, and they hear that growl, well, then your position was given away. So there is a little bit of give and take to it, but the problem is you can't unlock this. You can't work for it. It's something you have to give real money in order to get in the game. And yes, it is a pay-to-win item because it works in addition to another perk already in the game. But how many people are really surprised by this? I mean, all the way back to Season 1 in Warzone, the original Rose skin, right? That was clearly an advantage to the game. You had like the Blue Tracer XM4. Now, you can't upgrade your reticles, but a couple months ago, I believe, they came out with a blue dot reticle. And so for 1,800 COD points, well, there you go. You get a blue dot reticle. You had the Bomb Squad bundle. This was, I think, was back in April, which gave you a bigger backpack and a slower cooldown for LMGs. The Thorns Out Rose skin had a UAV attached as long as you had an empty slot for it. You have the new Rose skin, Black Noir. So essentially what I think Activision's been doing is slowly introducing this stuff. And so the COD community, although I've made great friends inside of this community, a lot of people complain, but then they see other people that have it and they buy it right up. And so I feel like Activision has slowly introduced this stuff. Let's see how much we can get away with. People buy this stuff. Activision knows, they know that it is a clear advantage in the game, and this always happens. They will nerf the item, but only after a bunch of people have already bought these things and basically forgot about it. They did it with the Rose skin. Remember, they would lighten it up a little bit here and there, and then eventually it became like a gray skin, after it was all said and done, but people had already bought it. And then what happens? People forget, and then a new battle pass comes out, and then new items are thrown in, and those are pay to win, and then people kind of complain, and then those same people will most likely buy this stuff, and then they'll nerf it down the road and say, hey, yeah, we nerfed it, guys. They know exactly what they're doing, and a lot of the community falls into this trap every single time. These guys are super predators when it comes to microtransactions, and they know exactly what they're doing. Hell, I read a report last year, I think it was last April or something. These guys have made $5 billion off of microtransactions. And I'm guilty as charged, right? I played this game for a long time. I bought a bunch of skins. Hell, I bought this stupid skin just to see how this mechanic actually works for this video. So I'm no better than anybody else, and I'm not saying that, but what I am saying is that I have learned how this company operates. I do not like the way they operate, and so that's why, when I do videos like this, I uninstall the game. They got my money, right? They could care less at the end of the day, but this is not surprising at all. These guys have been doing this for a really long time, and it's funny because when I recently re-reviewed COD World War II, you had the DLC packs, which were, $15.99 each. So you had 4 of them throughout the year, or you could pay an additional $50. And people lost their minds over that, dude. So you paid basically $110 roughly for, the total game, if you will. Dude, now with Warzone being free to play, they're making so much more money off of this model, okay? And so, all of these companies are doing this now. And Activision is one of the most disgusting companies when it comes to things like this. So, no, I'm not surprised. They've been doing pay-to-win stuff for a really long time, and then they'll end up buffing it later on. So there you go, man. I'm not surprised. That's how the mechanic works, and I'd love to hear your opinion. What do you think about pay-to-win items? Do you think I'm right? Do you think I'm completely wrong? Whatever the case may be, let me know down below. Check out one of these other videos if you like this one. See you all in the next one, and as always, hold them down.